Welcome to Rig of the Month with me, John Bones. This time around I'll be showing you how to set up a helicopter rig, the perfect lead setup for fishing at range and also fishing over soft lake beds. Now you can buy helicopter rigs ready-made, but if you want to make your own, the easiest way is to buy one of these helicopter rig kits. Various companies make them and the packet contains all the beads, rings and swivels that you're going to need. The first stage is to take a leader. Now I'm going to use a lead core leader, and that's sort of the preferred leader to use, but you can use fluorocarbon as well if you so wish. Now in the pack you'll have a small quick change link. So attach that to the loop on one end of your leader. And to that quick change link attach your chosen lead. Now if you're fishing at range, then obviously a torpedo shaped lead is preferable because they fly best through the air. You'll also notice that I've removed the swivel from the top of the lead. This just makes the whole thing a little bit neater. Next up, you're going to need to take your buffer bead and slide this onto the end of your leader. Now I'm going to use a baiting needle just to make the whole process a little easier. Pull that onto the leader, slide it all the way down and over the quick change link and the top of the lead. Like so. As I said, if I had left the swivel on, then that bead won't cover the whole thing and it all ends up being a little bit messy. Next up, you'll need to take the swivel. Now you can get specially made helicopter swivels, such as this one, which have a larger ring on one side than the other, and that's just to allow the swivel a little more movement around the leader. If you don't have one of these, you can also use a ring swivel and place the larger ring over your leader. So thread your swivel onto the leader, and obviously that's what your hook link will eventually be attached to. And then behind that, you're going to need to thread on a small section of silicone tubing. Again, I'm using a baiting needle to thread it onto the leader. It just helps make things a little easier and a little less fiddly. Carefully slide the silicone onto your leader. Try not to rip it. And then slide that down to around 6 to 8 inches behind the lead to start with. Now, we're almost finished. The final stage is to thread a small bead with a thin ball through the middle onto the leader. Again, it's all supplied in the helicopter kit. Slide that down, and that will sit over that small piece of silicone that you just threaded on, like so. You can set this bead at any distance behind your lead, from sort of a centimetre or two, all the way back to as long as your leader is. The idea being that wherever you set that bead is where your hook link's going to end up. And so this allows your lead to sink into maybe a silty lake bed, or even if you're fishing over weed with something like a chod rig, your lead can sink into the lake bed and your hook link will be left free and fishing. So there you have it, a helicopter setup, ideal for fishing at range with chod rigs or over soft lake beds or weed. So give it a go.